Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
The fan favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. Stacked with beer cheese, crispy onions, and a soft pretzel bun.
Nice buns, mate.
Boy, who fancies a song?
Yeah! It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun.
She's the bar of A, she's the boy of A.
The pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger, back for a limited time at Wendy's.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm James.
We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the Hometown Advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your Hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glo Fiber. Lightning-fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glo Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glo Fiber. Simply brilliant.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
When your home needs comfort you can count on, turn to the team that's been here from the start. At Affordable Air, you'll meet friendly faces with expert advice, working to keep your system running top-notch or helping you find a new heating and cooling solution that keeps your home comfortable without breaking the bank. Earning your trust every visit, every call, and giving you peace of mind you deserve. Call us today. Affordable Air Heating and Cooling, where affordability meets integrity.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willey Son Trucking. Willey Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willey Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news. Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Sosa's The Dugout is Chillicothe's premier indoor baseball and softball training facility designed to serve local baseball and softball players of all ages. The Dugout is equipped with our fully featured hit tracks, the next-gen data capture and simulation system providing athletes with real-time feedback with the capability of playing in any of the 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. The Dugout has a 70-foot by 12-foot batting and pitching cage, and every user has access to baseball and softball pitching machines, plyo wall and arm strength bands, pitching mounts and softball mats, multiple tees and hitting nets. Wall-to-wall AstroTurf, 285-inch TVs, and Bluetooth speakers make the Dugout the place to be for all of our area baseball and softball players, no matter the age. Train year-round, improve your performance, and further develop your skills in a fun and competitive environment at Sosa's The Dugout. Located in the heart of downtown Chillicothe at 185 East Main Street. Visit our website at sosadugout.com to reserve a time today.
Rathkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
The following is a presentation of Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer.
SVC Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System. When it comes to your health, think Holzer first. It's the SVC opener on this Tuesday night here at Camp Sherman as Unioto playing host to Adena in what should be an exciting way to kick off SVC competition. Carson Francis and Shayne Combs on the call with you as always. Shayne, we've seen Unioto a couple times already. In comes Adena. We know what kind of program they are. We know what they mean to the landscape of the SVC. We know that there's supposed to be a lot of depth in the SVC this year. Some challengers looking to dethrone Adena at the top spot. This is step one tonight.
Well, it is, and that's what makes it exciting, is you get a team that set the standard for so long in Adena at the top of the SVC, and they do it with the great staple of efficiency. They go about it the right way, very fundamentally sound, and you turn the film on this year, even with some younger kids in, you feel like they're going to grow into that a defensive mindset that they've always had. If you're Unioto's certainly been a program that's not a stranger to the top 2 or 3 spots in this league for quite some time too, trying to chase Adena down, getting a chance on opening night here on your home court to pick up a statement win. That's what it's all about. And you're right, they've gone out in the early going here and played 4 programs that are very, very good, and Gallia Academy, South Webster, Logan Elm, and Chillicothe, and that prepares you for a night like tonight. So now you try to put everything that you've learned about yourself in the last 10 days to 2 weeks and see if you can come out and play your very best, when certainly your best is going to be required to get this done here this evening.
And I know just about every sport, it's almost like when the league play starts at the varsity level, it's almost like the start of a new season. You're taking your first step to playing towards one of your goals, which is bringing home a league title. How do you think that factors into the preparation that goes in on both sides?
Well, even when you say the SVC is deep, over the years, you look at it, 14-0, 13-1, 12-2, those are the types of records that usually sit at the top. So opening night or not, I think you got to have some urgency, right? You know that your head-to-head matchup with one another is going to go a long way. Are there 2 or 3 other teams in the league that are going to have something to say about that? Sure. But as far as tonight goes, if you're Unioto, you want to protect your home court. If you're Adena, you want to come in here and steal one right away. And you want to wake up after that first night of SVC play with your name at the top.
Let's dive into each individual team. We'll start with Adena, and something I find interesting, Shayne, about Adena in the early going of this season is they played their season opening game back on August 22nd, a straight set win at South Webster, and then they went the next 10 days without playing anybody, so they're coming off a very extended rest, if you want to call it, coming into this league opener. How do you think that could affect them on the court?
You know, I think a lot of that's done intentionally, you know, in terms of what you want to accomplish in your schedule. I think Coach Smith's done this for a few years now, and it has a pretty good feel of what she wants to accomplish. So, you know, you get out there and you play one for real. You're able to use that film. I think this is an Adena team that's still trying to find some things in its rotation and how they want to put the entire puzzle together for the long haul. So I'm sure that practice time was very, very valuable. And I'm anxious to see kind of how they come about their rotation tonight and how they play in this environment against a good opponent.
Adena loses the reigning SVC Player of the Year from last season in Katie Burns, who set all kinds of records, had a great career at the varsity level for Coach Smith. They bring back a lot of experience. What are some names on this Adena roster that you're looking to have a big night tonight?
Well, it's always the domino effect. You know, when you lose someone like Burns, now Jones is going to step up into that lead role. But the domino effect that I talk about, Carson, is who steps up to take Jones's old role, right? In the first match there, I know Kelsey Brown was really good. But obviously, this is a team their staple is their defense, and that's led by one of the very best in our entire coverage area, and Kimmy Dalton. She's terrific. If Unioto can find its game in terms of the service game, their ability to serve away from her would really, really help. But keep in mind, you and I were here about 72 hours ago, and Unioto missed 14 serves. So it's one of those things where, do you have the confidence when Coach Patterson puts that number behind the board and tells you where you want to attack? Do you have the confidence, and B, the skill set to be able to hit your spot? If they do that, they can be successful. But yeah, Adena's really solid in that back row play, fairly experienced at some of the setter positions, and then Jones will lead the hitting attack for sure.
We talked off air a little bit about that setting role for Adena, and you look on your stat sheet from the previous game against South Webster, led by Allie Bosser, dishing out 16 assists. Also the sophomore Gabby Francis dishing out 10 of her own.
Yeah, and it's unique to see how they're going to go about that. Obviously, Sowers had some ability there. Sowers, a really good server, can also play the back row if needed. So, we'll see how it all comes together. But again, that defense and the ball handling, very, very efficient is usually what you're used to seeing with Adena. Now, I will say this. They made 40 errors in that first one, including 10 missed serves and some things that maybe not as characteristic as an Adena team usually would, but maybe that knocks some of the nerves out, getting one real one under your belt there, and I would be shocked to see them not clean that up here a little bit this evening.
Over on the Unioto side, again, Shane, you talked about, we were just here Saturday for their previous contest, a back-and-forth five-setter against Chillicothe that the Shermans drew the short straw in, but we talked about it on Saturday. We've talked about it coming into this one. Definitely not the cleanest of volleyball we've seen all year, something that Coach Patterson and the Shermans look to clean up as they transition into league play.
Yeah, they do, but at the same time, I don't want to see them lose their aggressiveness. It's a fine line, because I've always said Adena volleyball has a really high floor. In other words, their efficiency is so good, you kind of know what you can expect even on their worst night. This Unioto team, I'll tell you what intrigues me about them, Carson, is I know we've watched them lose a couple times. Their ceiling's really high. Like, if it clicks, this could be a really good volleyball team. And when you hear me talk about getting in system or in rhythm, it's kind of getting all the layers of the attack on the same page. Sometimes the back row will go with the low pass, wanting to go fast, and maybe the hitter is not transitioned off the net ready to go. Another time will be the other way around. If they can get in a constant rhythm where they pass the volleyball on target, Batson does a really nice job at that setter position. And as you and I watched the other night, they have 4 or 5 kids that can swing it at the net, and that depth up and down the net could serve as a great equalizer for them here this evening.
We've been talking about setters all night. Kinsley Batson on the Unioto side recorded her 1,000th career assist in that game against Chillicothe, dishing out 37 in that 5-set match. She'll look to give out some more passes tonight that are going to give those hitters a great chance to go and attack against this Adena squad.
Yeah, she does a nice job. If you weren't with us the other night, I was saying, 1,000's just kind of a little quick stop here for her early in her junior year. She's someone that's going to surpass 1,500 probably later this year. Even in her career, I wouldn't rule out 2,000 is what I was saying to our audience the other night. And I truly believe that. For her, she's just got to really take over the leadership role. She's got to really take control of the offense. She's got to let the passers know what kind of pace they want to play with. And then she's got to really get on the same page with a lot of her hitters, because she's really good. She's got a nice skill set. And if they can get her the ball in the right spots, she's going to deliver it and get a balanced attack going.
Something else you and I talked about off the air a little change of environment, if you will, compared to Unioto's previous game. And for the Chillicothe game, the stands were almost nearly full. Now it's a school night. You've got some kids with football practice, with soccer practice, with some of their other sports going on, maybe band practice. Takes away some of the student turnout. But if you're Unioto, the bright side is you still have home court advantage. You're familiar with the gym you're playing in. You get to go out and play in front of your home crowd. Just how do you think the change of environment could be a factor for Unioto?
I don't know that it'll be a huge one. The camera angle that our people at home are getting probably doesn't do the whole gym justice. Here on our side where we're sitting, this is starting to really fill up here. It's starting to pack in a little bit. We'll see as the night goes on. As you say, kids are getting out of practice and different events going on. I know they've canceled some cross country and some golf due to heat. So you and I are lucky to be calling the indoor sport here this evening in the beautiful air conditioning here in Unioto. But no, I don't think it'll be much. I still feel a pretty good atmosphere here. And when Adena and Unioto get together in volleyball, I would think you could do it just about anywhere, and the kids would be excited to play.
Absolutely, and as I mentioned, it's the first night of SVC competition. We'll take a quick look around the league. Huntington traveling to Southeastern. Paint Valley is at St. Trace, and Piketon is at Westfall tonight as Scioto Valley Conference competition opens up. Shayne, we've talked a little bit about the depth of the SVC, some teams from top to bottom that can go make some noise. What else around the league are you looking for? What else are you looking for tonight? What catches your eye?
Well, I think St. Trace is started to gain a lot of momentum in the offseason. They're led by arguably the best individual all-around player in the league in Snavely. And then I'm intrigued by Southeastern. They're in the middle. We watched them down at the root a little bit. They have some different things if they click. I talked about floor and ceiling earlier. Southeastern's a team where I feel like they have a high ceiling when everything comes together. So usually what happens in the middle of the SBC is you get a lot of 4- and 5-set matches where they kind of beat each other to death. And then historically, as teams spread out in the postseason, the conference usually does really, really well around Southeast Ohio.
Elsewhere in our coverage area, the FAC opening league play tonight. Chillicothe is over at Washington Courthouse. McLean traveling to Miami Trace. Hillsborough making the trek over to Jackson. The MSL Buckeye, the Ohio Valley Conference, the TBC, both the hockey and the Ohio also beginning league play tonight.
Yeah, that's exciting. Anytime you get into league play, I think it turns up another notch. And some matchups are obviously better than others. Some leagues are a little bit more top-heavy than others. But again, year in, year out, league play has a little bit of a different feel to it. You might watch a couple teams, Carson, play in the non-league and think you know something. And then there's something about league play. Kids know each other well. Programs, coaches know each other well. It brings out a whole different style and a whole different feel to it. So that's something to pay attention to here in the first week of league play. If you see one of those scores that kind of catch you off guard, that could be the reason.
Well, we're just a few minutes away from SVC play kicking off here at Camp Sherman. Unioto hosting Adena on the road to an SVC title. We'll step aside, come back, catch the national anthem and player introductions and the start of Adena and Unioto. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm James.
We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news. Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
The fan-favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. Stacked with beer cheese, crispy onions, and a soft pretzel bun.
Nice buns, mate.
It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun.
She's the bar of a city, she's the boy of a...
The Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger, back for a limited time at Wendy's.
Now for tonight's lineups. First for the Adena Warriors. Number 1, Courtney Sauer. Number 2, Kelsey Brown. Number 4, Gabby Francis. Number 5, Evelyn Ramsey. Number 6, McKinley Coulter. Number 7, Kimmy Dalton. Number 8, JC Jones. Number 9, Allie Bosser. Number 10, Carissa Jones. Number 11, Maya Free. Number 14, Peyton Leemaster. Number 15, Braylon Ratzler. And number 12, Addison Williams. The Warriors are coached by Laura Smith. Now for Unioto, number 1, Jordan Stark. Number 2, Corey Grubbs. Number 3, Charlotte Dennis. Number 4, Kylie Puck. Number 5, Libby Anderson. Number 6, Kinsley Batson. Number 7, Kelty Kepler. Number 8, Emma Spetnagle. Number 9, Avery Atkins. Number 10, Abigail Watson. Number 11, Lily Newland. Number 12, Kaylee Seaver. Number 13, Kara Spetnagle. Number 14, Erica Bean. The Lady Shermans are coached by Gavin Patterson.
The starters introduced for tonight's matchup, Unioto and Adena, set to kick off SVC competition. Shayne, had this one circled on the calendar for a little bit, about to get underway. Should be an exciting matchup.
Yeah, it's hard not to, especially when the rotation brings it to the front of the SVC season. It kind of, like I said earlier, first game or not, just the urgency to play out in front in the league, and knowing year in, year out that not a lot of teams are used to beating these two teams. So the head-to-head, a lot of years, that kind of determines the whole thing. So certainly don't want to make too much out of opening night, but at the same time, to sell this short in terms of who's going to wear the crown, I think that would be ignoring history.
It seems like almost every year I can remember Adena at the top, if not one of the teams always talked about in the running. A lot of winning been done out in Frankfurt on the volleyball court, but step one to the next SVC title starts right here. Unioto looking to have a say in it. Be the sophomore Braylon Ratzliff to serve it away to start the match. And we are underway from Unioto. And right away, Braylon Ratzliff with a service ace.
So important for Adena to serve it tough, but still serve it with efficiency. They did have the 10 misses there in the Southwebster match. You know, they want to clean that number up a little bit.
Ratzliff to serve again. Batson sets one up. Libby Anderson dumps it over with two hands. Now Francis, the set down the middle. JC Jones into the net.
Yeah, Francis got pulled off the net a little bit and couldn't quite get it out in front. But Jones tried to adjust with the left hand and just couldn't quite get it up over the top.
Anderson now will send it away for the Shermans. Francis will set it up over the middle. Free ball Jones. Now Batson, the set. Here's Grubbs near side, dug up Ratzliff in the back. Francis again, the set to Jones. Nice dig by Avery Adkins, but the overpass slammed down by Evelyn Ramsey.
Nice play by Ramsey at the net in the right spot. gets low and explodes off the 2 feet, ready to play the ball with both hands at the peak of her jump, and she could see the hole that she wanted to throw it down in.
Now Allie Bossert to serve, had a pair of aces in the South Webster game. Batson sets one up to Charlotte Dennis, far side, dug up and recovered. Free ball, Kimmy Dalton. Batson the set again, Dennis slams it home.
Yeah, big time swing. Very capable of that. When she gets in an aggressive mindset, she can take some segments of the match over.
13 kills against Chillicothe for Charlotte Dennis. Now Kylie Puckett to send it away for the Shermans. And that's going to go as a service ace for the Shermans. No return from Adena.
Talked about the still staying aggressive on the serve. Yes, you got to avoid the mistakes, but you want to try to go away from Kimmy Dalton, make some other people get involved in the serve receive.
Puckett serves it again. Bossert sets one up. Carissa Jones blocked but out of bounds. The freshman Carissa Jones goes up strong against the Unioto block.
Yeah, creates a nice angle and able to tool the block.
Kimmy Dalton, the senior, sends it away for Adena, a little too long.
Yeah, that can be in the game for Dalton sometimes. She will fight some of the errors. Only serves at about 89% throughout her career, but I think Coach Smith will work with that because she's got over 100 career aces, 82 of them last year.
Batson a lofty serve. Jones the set. Kimmy Dalton the free ball. Now Batson sets one up down the middle for Watson. A little wide.
Yeah, pretty good effort from Batson there to go up and keep it out of the net and still give Watson a swing.
Back and forth here in this first set as J.C. Jones now will serve it away for Adena. Batson races for the set. Spetnagel near side, dug up J.C. Jones. Now McKinley Coulter on the attack. Batson sets one up. Grubbs far side, dug up Bossert. Free ball, Coulter can't get it over.
I like what I see so far from Unioto in terms of the hitters trusting Batson to go get it. You know, get off the net, get ready to hit. When Batson's coming out of the back row, always want to have 3 hitters ready to attack.
Corey Grubbs to serve for the Shermans. Catches a piece of the net, an overpass dug up by Puckett. Now Batson the set to Watson, tooling the block for the kill.
Yeah, nice job off of the fortunate break on the serve. Unioto takes advantage and goes with a little bit of pace and gets Watson a quick attack.
5 kills in the last matchup for Abigail Watson. Grubbs to serve, a line drive. Bossert sets one up near the net. And a very errant set from Allie Bossert. Carissa Jones couldn't make a play.
Coach Patterson got to be pleased with the service game so far in terms of staying aggressive.
Grubbs to serve again. Bossert sets one up from the back. J.C. Jones dug up by Puckett. Now there's Anderson near side, blocked. Carissa Jones, the freshman, standing tall.
Yeah, nice job. Unioto did a pretty good job on the attack there. Adena reading it all the way. Jones getting the big block up there.
Four kills in the South Webster game for Carissa Jones. Courtney Sowers to serve for the Warriors. Overpass, dumped down, Mia Free. Anderson on the attack. Sowers made a play on it, but no return. Credit the kill to Libby Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson had a pretty good night on the outside against Chillicothe. Gets an early kill there. Unioto up 3. And when I'm talking about in the service game, staying away from Dalton, it's just her elite ability to pass. You want to try to put some pressure on some other kids to get that on target.
Set McKinley Coulter caught a piece of the net. Free ball, Libby Anderson. Dug up J.C. Jones. Coulter far side, through the block and down.
Nice job, Adena, dealing with injury, already playing without Peyton Lemaster. And then unfortunately, I believe that was Kelsey Brown that went down during warm-ups. So Coach Smith had to make a quick adjustment.
Batson the set, Anderson the runner. Dug up by Ramsey. Now Ramsey on the attack. Puckett the dig. Now free ball. Anderson can't get there. We talked about Adena playing a little short-handed. I think we've seen already the depth that this program has built with the play of the freshmen Coulter and Jones. Batson sets one up. Charlotte Dennis near side answers right back.
So now that they start to turn the rotation closer to all the way over here, to see if Batson and Dennis can get on the same page and see if Dennis can go on a run.
Kara Spetnagel to serve for Unioto. Ramsey on the attack. The free ball goes into the net. Not a clean set there from Adena. It results in an attack error.
You talked about freshman, another one, Mia Free. From the preparation I've done doing into the match, looks like she's going to take some of those Kelsey Brown reps.
Ramsey on the attack again, dug up by Puckett. Batson tried to dump it over with two hands. Adena recovers. Here's Ramsey again, far side. Unioto got a piece of it, but Evelyn Ramsey wins the battle.
Yeah, I like Ramsey's game. Nice and efficient, doesn't try to do too much.
Braylon Ratzliff to serve again for Adena. And that's going to be another ace for the sophomore Ratzliff. Her second. Warriors back within one.
Yeah, just as the night started, we've come all the way around now into the full rotation, and you start to see some kids start to settle in. Let's see which team can take off here and take control of this first set.
Puckett saves it into the stands, but it doesn't matter as Braylon Ratzliff rolling at the service line. We're all tied at 10.
And what you're seeing here with Ratzliff is the ability to hit some spots. Now Unioto's going to tweak the service receive here. Let's see if Ratzliff still tries to go deep and hit the similar spot.
Line drive serve, Anderson overpass. Jones trying to go make a play on it, but misreads it there. Will go down as a kill for Libby Anderson.
Yeah, she read the overpass and then just kind of missed time, maybe how high it was coming over.
Anderson now to serve. And that'll go as an ace for the Shermans. Libby Anderson fires it in there to put Unioto up 2.
Yeah, nice job. Sometimes you get those half spots and you get the back row guessing a half second. It can lead to that.
Anderson will try again. Dalton receives it. Francis to Ramsey, far side. Ramsey, too much air under it. Adena tied the set at 10. Unioto responds with 3 straight points.
This ties Unioto's biggest lead here in the early going.
Anderson a line drive serve. Francis, the set. Jones down the middle, off the block. And down for an Adena kill. J.C. Jones answers right back for the Warriors.
Yeah, that's definitely where you want to go. Jones, your most proven hitter, obviously the 240 kills. She did that on about 600 and some odd. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but look for that number to almost double in terms of attempts this year with her being the #1 option.
Charlotte Dennis misfires from the far side after the set from Batson. Sends Allie Bossert back to the service line. Kylie Puckett sets one up. Here's Grubbs near side. Dug up Ratzliff in the back row. Now Jones with the free ball. Batson sets one up. Dennis down the middle. Ratzliff the dig, but Adena can't get there in time. Charlotte Dennis fires it down the middle. Adena can't return it.
Yeah, Batson and Dennis on a really, really good connection so far here tonight. Best I've seen so far here in the young season.
Bossert the one-handed dump. Batson dumped it over herself. Now Bossert the set to Jones. Block kept alive Ramsey. Now Jones on the attack into the net.
Yeah, Watson's always been a really good defender there in the middle, and and we talk about it all the time, Carson, not just the blocks you get, but just your presence and knowing that they're there can sometimes change a swing.
Puckett serves it right into the net and gives it back to Adena.
As we said, that was a problem the other night for Unioto.
Send Kimmy Dalton to the service line now. Batson tosses one up, grubs a little too much.
Had a tip here in the back, they said, give her the kill.
Well, it looked like an attack error, but they call an Adena touch. Gives Unioto the service back, 16-13 Shermans. Batson sends it away. Bossert sets one up, Jones down the middle, blocked, kept alive. Now Coulter will try from the far side, dug up Spetnagel. Grubs on the attack was denied. Presence of J.C. Jones and Carissa Jones.
Yeah, nice job there by Watson in the middle, and then Adena answers with a little defense of its own at the net.
Jones will go to the service line. Puckett receives it. It goes into the student section. A service ace for J.C. Jones.
Yeah, Adena fighting back. Every time Unioto's opened up a three-point advantage about 3 times here in the early going, Adena's had an answer each time. Jones will try again. Batson sets one up far side, and no response from the Shermans. We're tied at 16. And miscommunication there from Unioto on the attack. Jones to send it away again into the net. The tough serving, Carson's always been another staple along with the defense for Adena. Here early in this year, they've been fighting some efficiency issues, just something to keep in mind here. Short sample size, but just something to watch throughout the evening.
Erica being the server for the Shermans. Bossert dumps it over with 2 hands, bats in the dig. Now Puckett to Spetnagel, far side, kept alive, Dalton. Now Jones from the back row, blocked. And an Adena violation gives Unioto the point. Abigail Watson got her hands on that one and forced an Adena error.
Yeah, I love Watson defensively. She never takes a play off there at the net defensively. Works really hard.
Beam fires a serve opposite way, just missing.
Yeah, tried to hit a deep corner, as you said, just off a little bit. And I tell you, it's been a really tight first set, back and forth. And now Sowers back to line. She's one that can really get it going at the service line as well.
Sowers to send it away, 18-17. Bats in the set. Here's Watson into the net. And causing that was the freshman, Mia Free.
Sowers has won throughout her career the high ace total. And
there's Anderson on the attack, just missing on that back row. Warriors take a 1-point lead.
Big serve here, big point for Unioto. Adena comes all the way back, goes up 1. See if Unioto can answer.
Sowers the serve, Beam sets one up, free ball Watson. Francis with one hand. Nice play by Beam to keep it alive, but it goes down for an Adena point. Timeout, Unioto, 20-18. Adena leads here in the first set. Shayne, the Warriors have fought all the way to this point here in the first set. They lead by 2.
Well, you love that play there. Gabby Francis, the sophomore, live there in that front row opposite. She comes in there in the setter play using that left hand. When that ball's passed well to tight to the net, Unioto's got to recognize that in scouting report and respect her live. Give Adena a lot of credit here. Unioto on the verge, 3 different times of opening up a 4 or 5 point advantage. Adena chipped away each time. This time they come back, they catch them at 18, now out in front 20-18. This is a huge timeout. See if Unioto can come respond.
Obviously, service has been something that has held both teams back so far for Unioto. Obviously, a little cleaner than their last game, but obviously some things you want to clean up at the service line as well for Adena as well. You know, they could be up by a lot more if they could clean it up at the service line.
And here, during a nice stretch when they've been able to stay in, Unioto's serve receives kind of let them down a little bit.
Batson sets one up. Spetnagel on the runner, couldn't get it over.
This is what Adena does. You get into winning time in some of these sets, and you got to be able to take your play to another level, and no one does it better than the two-shade blue.
Sowers sends it over again. Puckett receives it. Comes up with the dig. Batson sets one up. Here's Anderson through the block, dug up by Sowers. Now free down the middle, finds a spot in the back row. Mia Free, the freshman, puts it in no man's land. Another Unioto timeout. Will quickly take it with them. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
Back here inside Unioto High School, the Adena Warriors have rallied back. They lead the first set 22-18, looking to close it out at the service line.
Yeah, 6 straight points here, and we talked about when Sowers went back there. Sowers had the 5 service aces in the opener this year, even going back to last year. Usually we'll have some pretty good efficiency while keeping the aggressive serve. Let's see what spot Coach Smith wants to hit here out of the timeout.
Sowers fires. Received by Beam, Batson the set, Anderson free ball. Dug up by Coulter. Francis trying to go over with one hand, blocked. Now she sets one up. Coulter gets it over, Beam the dig. Batson sets one up. Here's Watson, slams it down the middle. Just what Unioto needed.
Yeah, great sequence from Watson. Remember what I said about adjusting the Francis live in the front row? She did that defensively first, then transitioned off the net. Batson went right back to her middle, and they got the kill to stop the bleeding for now.
Ketley Kempler, the server for the Shermans. Francis, the set, free, far side, free, just finds it. Mia Free connects for the kill. Adena 2 points away from a first set win.
Yeah, what a great surge here from Adena down the stretch, and getting the big swing from Free on the outside. And now Adena looking to push 2 and play out in front here in set 1.
McKinley Coulter, the freshman, to send it away. Puckett receives it. Spetnagel, the set. Here's Dennis on the runner. Francis, the set, free down the middle, dug up by Beam. Batson, the set. Anderson, Ramsey, the dig. Francis to Free, blocked, kept alive, and going up and slamming it down. The soft touch, Gabby Francis. Set point awaits for Adena.
Yeah, Francis is an impressive athlete. I can see why Coach Smith likes that lefty at the net there in the setter position and some of the things she can do athletically.
McKinley Coulter sends it away on set point. Batson, the set. Here's Dennis on the attack. Dug up by Coulter and kept alive, but couldn't get it over in time. Was Adena. Unioto stays alive for at least one more point.
Yeah, just a young mistake there. Got to transition off the net and trust your setter to go get it.
Kara Spetnagel to serve for the Shermans. Francis, the set. Here's Ramsey, far side, dug up Anderson. Batson, the set. Here's Dennis, the soft touch. Francis, the dig. There's Ramsey. She'll try again into the net. Still set point for the Warriors, but Unioto not going down without a fight. The last 2 go to the purple and gold.
Yes, survives a couple, need a tough serve.
Spetnagel to serve again, just clearing the net. Francis, the set, free, blocked, kept alive. Jones to Ramsey. Ramsey connects for the kill, and Adena takes set number 1 here at Unioto. 25-21, the Warriors take a first set victory in this SVC opener. Second set coming your way from Unioto. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glo Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glo Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glo Fiber, simply brilliant.
Back here inside Unioto High School. Ohio High School Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System. When it comes to your health, think Holzer first. Carson Francis, Shayne Combs back with you. Adena fights to a first set victory. They take a one-set lead over Unioto. Shayne, your thoughts on how Adena just continued to fight their way to that first set win?
Yeah, just no panic. I mean, Unioto had opportunities to take control. They were up 10-7. They were up 15-12. They were up 18-16. Then it was 6 straight for Adena, surviving a couple of Unioto timeouts. They ended up taking that momentum late, and then Unioto did survive a couple set points, but Adena had enough cushion and went ahead and finished them off. And what jumps out at me, Carson, is the depth of the Adena net play. We got 6 different Lady Warriors with a kill in that first set. You know, Jones only has 1, and we know what she's capable of. So Coach Smith's got to love the way some of her young kids have responded in the moment.
And you talk about the depth. Seen a lot of action from these freshmen for Adena. Coulter, Carissa Jones, Mia Free, all getting some valuable reps and making plays out there for the Warriors.
Yeah, you can't be afraid of the moment. That's what I always look for, is when they swing and the way they react to things. Are they afraid of the moment? And I didn't see any of that from the Adena group in the first set. So Unioto's going to have to respond here on the home court. That they did some nice things throughout that first set, just couldn't quite finish.
Final preparations for this second set as Unioto will have the first serve. Libby Anderson sends it away. Set number 2 is underway here at Unioto as JC Jones fires and finds a spot in that back corner for the opening point.
Yeah, I like the adjustment earlier. You had a similar ball where the setter didn't quite push it out in front of her enough. Nice job there by Francis to get that ball out and give Jones a chance to swing away.
Now Allie Bossert, the server for the Warriors. Here's Batson, the set near side to Grubbs. And Grubbs just connecting far side. 1-1.
Yeah, we've talked about Grubbs a lot in the early going of our early season coverage. Just a sophomore. Look for her to have a real breakout year for the Shermans, and she's a big factor on that strong side.
Kylie Puckett to send it away for the Shermans. A little too long on the serve. Just a little too much air on the serve from Kylie Puckett. 2-1, Adena. There's Dalton to send it away right back into the net.
You're trading some service errors.
Kinsley Batson, now the server for Unioto. Bossert the set. Coulter far side, dug up by Puckett. Batson will try again. Here's Watson down the middle. Dalton the dig. Bossert dumps it over. Batson sets one up. Here's Grubbs through the block. Bossert keeps it alive. Dalton makes a diving play, and Coulter pushes it over the net. A Spetnagel on the attack, a misfire, point Adena.
Great example of how Adena's defense just wears you out. Even when the dig's not the cleanest, you got the likes of Dalton, just keeps so many balls off the floor, Carson. The volley continues on, forces the other team into the mistake.
19 digs in the last game for Kimmy Dalton. Here's Watson down the middle, dug up by Bossert. Now free ball from Dalton. Just sent to Abigail. Watson blocked and down for the kill.
Yeah, nice job there with Watson in the middle. I like the quick pace, beat the block to the point of attack.
The freshman Emma Spetnagel, now the server for Unioto. Bossert sets one up. Jones from the back row, dug up by Batson. Now Anderson on the free ball, misses.
Those are a couple plays that still seem to hurt Unioto in the attack. A lot of times when the other team's not really on the attack, I'd like to see the back row for Unioto get a little bit more vocal and get Batson pushed to the net up there and let them take more of those.
Courtney Sowers sends it away now. Here's Batson, sets one up for Watson down the middle into the net. Just a misread from Watson, couldn't put it over. Timeout, Unioto.
Yeah, this has been a good rotation spot for Adena with Sowers back serving. Tough serve, kind of limits Unioto and the ability to get on the perfect attack, and then as a result, Adena can come back with a little bit of pace.
You know, we talked about in some of the previous times we've seen Unioto, the service is what cost them down the stretch. I think here in the early stages of this one, I think, yes, their serves haven't been the best. They've been a little better than prior games, but the attack hasn't been the cleanest tonight either.
I would agree with that. I think the overall service game is certainly taking a step forward from the other night. But I think a little bit of it's the frustration that Adena can set into you, Carson. What happens is you get a great attack and you swing, and 80% of the time you do that this year, it's going to result in a kill. And tonight you've got someone in a blue uniform digging it up off the floor, diving to keep it up. And sometimes all Adena does is they outlast you in the point.
Courtney Sowers serves it again for the Warriors. That's in the set. Libby Anderson blocked, but she keeps it alive. And Watson dumped it over, but a violation against Unioto gives Adena the point.
Yeah, the fifth singling, number 10. It's Watson in the net there.
After a 3-3 tie, Adena won the last 3 points to take a 6-3 lead. Sowers launches it again. Batson, the set, Spetnagel blocked and out of bounds. Kara Spetnagel tools the block for a kill.
Yeah, nice job. Unioto freshman getting that nice outside angle. Batson up double figures and assists now on the evening.
Kepler to serve for Unioto. Francis to free, denied. Charlotte Dennis elevates for the block and the kill.
Yeah, Dennis had come on a little bit offensively in that first set, and then when she went to the back row, that's when she comes out because the libero passes for her, but she didn't get a lot of opportunity in that first set.
Francis sets one up free, far side, dug up Spetnagel. Now Batson, Kara Spetnagel, the free ball. Dalton, the set, here's Jones pushing it over. Batson sets one up, Dennis, soft touch, kept alive by Francis, but nothing else. Just like that, Unioto responds with a mini 3-0 run to tie it up at 6.
And even though it wasn't a big-time swing, that's better. That's what I'm talking about. Notice how the back row, Anderson communicated. Setter got pushed to the net there.
Dalton to free, far side, dug up Batson. Now Kepler, the set, Spetnagel, the free ball, kept alive, Francis. Now Coulter, far side, too much air under the attack, but they get a Unioto touch. So the point goes to Adena, 7-6. Both schools picked it up on the student turnout. And some chance going back and forth both ways. Coulter to serve. There's Batson the set. Dennis down the middle, kept alive by Jones. Free ball, Ramsey. Spetnagel the dig. Batson the set. Anderson with 2 hands. Francis with 1 hand. Batson the set. Spetnagel on the attack. Dug up by Jones. Now Francis the set to Ramsey. Misfires.
Yeah, nice read for Puckett there. Able to eliminate the 1 attack from Francis.
Kara Spetnagel to send it away for Unioto. Francis the set. Ramsey far side. Got a piece of the net. It doesn't matter. And they're going to say that Adena was the last to touch it. No Unioto block.
Yeah, they're saying, yeah, you're exactly right. Unioto went up the block. No touch there. They're saying it rolled over the tape, and when it rolled out of bounds, Unioto's argued on the other side that she ended up throwing it. Again, that's something that kind of officiating crew to officiating crew, you'll get some different things.
And the serve goes a little long from Kara Spetnagel. So Adena will get that point right back. We're knotted up at 8.
Ratzlaff already 3 aces on the evening.
Goes back to serve again. She only had 1 in the win over South Webster. Batson the set. Dennis slamming it. Dalton keeps it alive. And a great effort on that far side by Ramsey, but all to no avail. It results in a Unioto point.
Yeah, nice job here by Dennis. Like her aggressive nature here this evening. She's been really good. 5 kills and a block here in the first set plus.
Anderson the serve now for Unioto. Francis to Jones down the middle. Puckett the dig. Batson to Dennis. The soft touch kept alive Jones. Now free ball from Dalton. Batson the set. Here's Grubbs far side block dug up by Ratzlaff. Jones down the middle. What an effort by Puckett to keep it alive. Grubbs soft touch on the attack and the kill from Corey Grubbs. All made possible by the defensive effort from Puckett.
You're spot on, Carson. Well called by you. Puckett was outstanding there. Able to pop that ball up and give Batson and Grubbs a chance to go on the attack.
There's Francis, the set far side to Ramsey, lost it over. Puckett the dig. Batson the set. Dennis down the middle. Ratzlaff got a piece of it, but it goes out of bounds for a Charlotte Dennis kill.
Carson, I can't tell you how much better she is tonight than I've seen her at times. She is transitioning off the net like a middle hitter who wants the ball, and she's off to a great start.
Using that size at 6'1" to really dominate in the middle. Here's Jones on the other end, denied. Dennis having a night at the net. Timeout Adena. 12-8 Unioto right now. It's the Charlotte Dennis show.
It really is, and the point I was making early in the year, you'd see her get stuck at the net a little bit. You'd see her maybe slow to transition. Tonight, she's working hard at the net. You see it there in the block. Then when she doesn't get the block, she's sprinting off the net, getting back to the 10-foot line, and Batson's really reading that her middle's wanting the ball. And man, what a great lift here. 6 kills and 2 blocks now for Dennis. And Batson up around 14 assists unofficially on the night. Biggest lead that Unioto's enjoyed. Now remember, Unioto was up 3 different times in that first set. Adena came back every time. Let's see if Unioto can respond here and push forward a little bit.
How does Unioto keep the momentum on their side? How do they push forward out of this timeout?
Well, you got to continue to keep the ball off the floor. Puckett's doing a great job. A couple diving efforts there. You get the ball up to Batson where she can go. You've seen Grubbs come alive a little bit. You've seen Dennis. Watson's been pretty good throughout the evening. So it all starts defensively and the ability to pass that ball on target to Batson.
Adena finishes talking things over out of the timeout as Libby Anderson awaits as she's ready to serve.
See if they can get a pass on target here and get Jones a swing.
12-8 Unioto out of the second set timeout as Anderson sends it away. Francis, the set, Jones lost it down the middle, dug up by Grubbs. Batson dumps it over with 2 hands, kept alive, Sowers. But a misread from the Warriors lets the ball fall in the middle of 2 players to give Unioto a point.
Yeah, and Adena lost an opportunity to really get, Jones was able to get a little tip roll shot, but never really got a chance to swing away.
Anderson serves it again. Francis the set. Jones far side. Jones with the kill. Adena temporarily stops the bleeding after the kill from J.C. Jones.
It's what you want from your leader. When you feel the momentum starting to slip the wrong way, you want them to come up with a play to kind of try to win Lady Mo back.
And Allie Bossert puts it in the net to give the serve right back to the Shermans.
I think it's an important stretch for Unioto here. You've come at 14-9. You're starting to get a little bit of momentum. Can you sustain?
Bossert the set. Jones on the runner. Batson sets one up. Here's Watson far side. Bossert the dig. Free ball J.C. Jones. Adkins the dig. Batson the set. Watson again on the attack. Watson just connects in the back row for a kill.
Yeah.
Largest lead for Unioto, 15-9.
Yeah, really, Carson, that little slide action there creates some space. And her size, tough to block.
Kylie Puckett a little long on the serve.
What you're looking for here is when Batson's in the front row, you only have the 2 hitters, and that's where you'll see Watson has a little bit of room on both sides of her.
Now Dalton sends it right into the net. We're seeing now from Adena what we kind of saw from Unioto on Saturday, the serve game, digging themselves in a hole.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, they missed 10 of them in just a 3-set win against South Webster.
Batson sends it away for Unioto. Bossert, the set. Here's Jones down the middle. Batson the dig. Puckett keeps it alive. Overpass dumped down by Coulter. Now here's Grubbs near side. Dug up Ratzliff. Bossert, the set. Jones will try again. Puckett the dig. Batson to Grubbs near side. Blocked. Puckett keeping it alive. Free ball, Spetnagel. Bossert, the set. Jones down the middle. J.C. Jones connecting.
Great defensive volleyball on both sides, made for a long route. That was a really good second ball from Bossert to understand where her middle go-to was, and Jones able to hit a spot.
Batson the set, free ball from Grubbs. Puckett keeps it alive. Bossert the set. Jones, nice play by Batson for the dig. A free ball, Spetnagel. Bossert the set. Carissa Jones near side, off the block and out of bounds. It's been hard to keep up with the Joneses. Carissa Jones that time for the Adena kill.
Yeah, hitting out of that opposite side in the one-on-one opportunity.
J.C. Jones a little long on the serve.
Again, the lack of efficiency in the service game catching up with Adena here a little bit in the middle of this second set.
Emma Spetnagel to serve for Unioto. J.C. Jones from the back, caught the tape and falls on Unioto's side. Takes an Adena bounce. 17-13 Unioto.
Yeah, good decision from the setter there. The ball brought her so far off the net. That was going to be her most accurate ball, and with Jones, the one back there, it makes a lot of sense to go to her.
Courtney Sowers to serve from the near side corner. Batson sets one up down the middle for Watson. Watson cashes in.
Good serve receive from Anderson there, and Batson to Watson. Batson's had really good rapport tonight with her middles. We mentioned the play of Charlotte Dennis early. Watson also off the nice start. That's her 5th kill.
Matches her total from the Chillicothe game. Kepler to serve for the Shermans. Here's Free on the far side, blocked, but it doesn't matter. Mia Free connects to give a point back to Adena.
Free now with 3 kills. If you weren't with us in the opening, Kelsey Brown went down in the warm-up, unavailable all of a sudden, and Adena had to adjust in a hurry.
Holzer into the net on the serve. Notice that pattern continuing for Adena. Make a couple plays, get service back, but the air puts them in a deeper hole. Francis with one hand. Francis kept alive by Spetnagel. Free ball, Kimmy Dalton. Batson the set. Dennis down the middle, block kept alive by Puckett. Batson the set. Anderson will try. Anderson misfires.
Yeah, it was a great defensive sequence from Emma Spetnagel there. But as I said, sometimes, Adena just will kind of outlast you in the point, and Adena trying to hang in there. That's why I said earlier, if you're Unioto, you don't want to give them any life. Still up 4 right here. I think this is a big sequence because we've watched Ratzliff get hot at the service line earlier.
Sophomore Braylon Ratzliff lofts it over and just misses wide right. 20-15 Unioto after the service error from Braylon Ratzliff.
And again, that's an error that's a result of trying to hit a perfect spot. I think that's the 6th, unofficially, the 6th missed serve of the set for Adena.
Here's Evelyn Ramsey, far side attack, splits the defense and drops it in for a kill.
Yeah, Ramsey's been good tonight. She has 5 kills and hasn't had a whole lot of swings to get it, so making the most of her opportunity.
I'll send Allie Bossert back to the service line for Adena. Batson the set. Dennis far side. Dennis swings it in there. Finds a spot in the back row. 21-16 Shermans.
Yeah, I believe that was Atkins on that really good serve receive there. Avery Atkins, the senior, doing a nice job.
Puckett serves it over. Bossert the set down the middle for J.C. Jones. Puckett keeps it alive. And a Unioto violation gives Adena the point.
Yeah, one of the few times the ball's been placed out in front where Jones has been comfortable to just swing away and hammer. Here we are again, Adena back within 4.
Kimmy Dalton sends it away, just clears the net. Batson the set, Grubbs near side, dug up by Bossert. Now Dalton the set, Coulter far side, Puckett the dig. Batson races for the set, free ball. Grubbs, nice play by Dalton to keep it alive. Now Coulter on the attack, Anderson the dig. Grubbs near side, through the defense, and down for a Sherman point.
The balance of Unioto starting to really show up. That's Grubbs now with 4.
And Adena's gonna burn another timeout. We'll quickly take it with them. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willey Son Trucking. Willey Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willey Son Trucking, each week at sosaohio.com.
After dropping the first set, Unioto leads the second, 22-17 over Adena. Sherman's looking to close out this second set, tie the matchup at 1 apiece.
Yeah, they've been really balanced across the way. As I said, the middles have been really good tonight. Dennis off to a start with 7 kills, Watson with 5. Throw in Grubbs on the outside with 4, and Batson's been kind of an equal opportunity setter in terms of spreading the ball around. And give a lot of credit to a host of Lady Shermans that have competed in that back row to allow Unioto to keep getting on the attack.
Batson the serve right into the net. And out of the timeout, a service error could create an opportunity for Adena.
Mia Free returns in the front row, and that takes Jones out of the front row, now back to serve.
J.C. Jones will send her away. Puckett the receive. Batson the set. Free ball. Spetnagel dug up by Dalton. Now Bossert sets one up. Carissa Jones near side. Fires it into the back row. Adena back within 3.
Yeah, been real impressed when Jones has gone to the back row, how some other kids have stepped up. Jones out of that opposite side with another kill.
Now Unioto will burn a timeout as back-to-back points from Adena makes us a 3-point second set. Adena trying to climb back in this one, make it interesting, maybe take the set.
Yeah, you come out of that timeout, you're up 5, you miss a serve, and then you come back and Jones delivers a kill, and now all of a sudden you look up there and it's back within 3. This is where Unioto's got to be able to handle the moment. We talked about winning time and about making plays. It's one thing, Carson, to make a play when it's 11-10. In my opinion, it's another one to make it when it's 22-19, right? You start to get into that winning time. Kind of like you and I love us some baseball analogies. It's kind of like why the closer, it's harder to get those final 3 outs, right? It's winning time here. You want people not afraid of the moment, come make some plays.
Someone who hasn't been afraid of the moment so far tonight is J.C. Jones. She stands back at the service line. Launches one over. Batson will set one up to Watson down the middle with one hand, blocked by Free, pushed over. Bossert the dig. Now Free on the attack. Nice dig by Puckett. Batson, the set. Spetnagel blocked. And a violation against Unioto gives Adena the point. Great block attempt from the Warrior front line.
Yeah, they were certainly there with the present. They said no touch, so it technically goes down as the 4, but we've talked about it a bunch in terms of the presence there impacting it.
Watson will try again, and this time she's able to connect. Off the set from Batson. Unioto 2 points away.
Good aggressive swing. We talked about staying on the attack. There are times to tip, Carson, for sure. You see a hole, you see different things. Every now and then you just need to let it go and swing away. I like that Watson did that there.
Emma Spetnagel lost one over for Unioto. Bossert sets one up. Here's Carissa Jones near side. Batson the dig. Puckett the set. Free ball. Spetnagel. Dalton with the touch into the stands. Goes down as a Unioto kill. Set point for the Shermans.
Yeah, that was really clever there. With Spetnagel kind of sees the spot, takes it with 2 hands, which allowed her to be a little bit even more accurate in her spot.
Emma Spetnagel to send it away for set point. Bossert, the set to Jones. Dug up, Batson, the set, Spetnagel, the runner, the soft touch, and the kill for set point. Unioto ties the matchup at 1 set apiece.
Yeah, really nice job by Unioto down the stretch there to make things happen. They've been so successful in the middle that the block really had to honor that, and it opened up that opposite side to win at the net.
Set 3 awaits. Adena 1, Unioto 1. We'll be right back. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
When your home needs comfort you can count on, turn to the team that's been here from the start. At Affordable Air, you'll meet friendly faces with expert advice, working to keep your system running top-notch or helping you find a new heating and cooling solution that keeps your home comfortable without breaking the bank. Earning your trust every visit, every call, and giving you peace of mind you deserve. Call us today. Affordable Air Heating and Cooling, where affordability meets integrity.
Back here at Unioto High School, it's Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System. When it comes to your health, think Holzer first. Carson Francis, Shayne Combs back with you. Shayne, after Adena took the first set, Unioto answered right back to take the second set, knot us up at 1 apiece.
Well, that's what you get in these rivalry matchups. Obviously, both of these teams are predicted toward the top of the league for a reason. They both have plenty of strengths, and when those strengths are able to shine, that's when they're going to be successful. You know, early on, I thought Adena with their defense and some tough serving. I thought when it got to winning time, I thought some setter play by Gabby Francis was terrific, and a couple of the young hitters stepping up with Lee Master out and now Kelsey Brown out. You know, J.C. Jones is going to need some help, and I think some of the young hitters there, and Krista Jones and Mia Free, and Evelyn Ramsey's been really good. So that's it. Now, Unioto responds. We talked about really wanting more out of their attack, and boy, have they been able to do that tonight. Dennis and Watson, terrific in the middle. Grubbs has provided Batson an option on the outside, and then give the Spetnagels credit. I thought both of them impacted the end of that second set there. So a lot of different names involved on both sides, and that's what you would expect when you get two good teams together.
Don't forget, coming up later this week, our coverage here on Sosa Thursday night. John Bruce, Kenneth Hay, and myself will be at Valley High School for a soccer doubleheader. The Indians hosting Minford in a rivalry showdown. Then Friday, our Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week. Westfall traveling to Circleville under the Friday night lights.
Yeah, looking forward to you guys. Some of the soccer on Thursday. That's a big step forward for Sosa as we continue to want to expand and cover as many of our local athletes as possible. And Carson, can't wait to be with you on Friday. Talk about rivalries every year. That seems to have a way of ending up in an instant classic.
The third set of this rivalry is underway. Charlotte Dennis slams one down the middle and no response from Adena. We were talking about Dennis and her presence in the middle. She continues that right there.
Yeah, I like the Batson gets her involved right away and get out to the 1-0 start.
Anderson serves it. Gabby Francis sets one up for Jones. Nice effort by Adkins for the dig. And a Unioto violation on the attack gives a point to the Warriors.
Looks like they got Grubbs in the net. That was terrific effort from Atkins.
And Allie Bossert to serve for the Warriors. Batson the set. Charlotte Dennis running down the far side, kept alive. Free ball Ratzliff. Batson the set. Here's Grubbs, blocked, kept alive. Adkins back to Grubbs. Grubbs puts it down for the kill.
Yeah, that's just great effort there because the initial defense at the net from Adena was pretty good. Unioto just stays with it and ends up winning the point.
Puckett sends it over. Bossert sets one up. J.C. Jones down the middle, blocked, kept alive. Carissa Jones on the free ball. Batson, the set. Grubbs near side again, denied by Carissa Jones. Now Dalton sets one up to Ramsey, far side. Dug up Anderson, Batson the set. Grubbs again, blocked. Grubbs will try again into the net. J.C. Jones and Carissa Jones showing the presence on the near side.
Yeah, Adena just does such a good job of assignment volleyball. You know, they just understand what their responsibility at the net. It's hard to find open spots.
Kimmy Dalton the serve. Batson sets one up. Here's Watson, far side. Ratzliff the dig. Now Bossert the set. J.C. Jones dug up by Puckett. Now Grubbs on the attack. Dalton the dig. Bossert the set. J.C. Jones will try again. J.C. Jones with authority.
Yeah, Adena would love to see Jones come alive here across the front row. It's her 7th kill of the night.
3-2 Warriors in the early stages of the third set. There's Grubbs on the attack. Ratzliff the dig. Bossert keeps it alive. Free ball Dalton. Adkins, Batson, Grubbs will try again. Ratzliff again the dig. Carissa Jones on the overpass. I'll say she was over the mid-court line.
Yeah, I think that she tried to knock it back. They're saying it went on the wrong side of the antenna there. So 3-3. And good effort. Just couldn't quite get it to come back on the right side.
Batson sends it away. Bossert the set down the middle. J.C. Jones denied, but out of bounds. Last touch by Unioto.
Yeah, and again, that's why sometimes just assume the aggressive swing. So powerful, the ability to tool the block even out of the middle.
Here's Batson, sets one up for Watson. Dug up Jones, overpass. Batson, the set to Grubbs. Grubbs a little too long on the attack. They're going to say, they saying it was a touch?
Yeah, well, I think they had Adena in the net. I did not see, it was the down official, did not see the number that was signaled, but someone in the net was the call from across the floor there.
Regardless, the point goes to the Shermans, knotted up at 4. Spetnagel, the lofty serve, and it drops for an ace. Emma Spetnagel doesn't take much. She cashes in with the ace.
Yes, it's been a nice spark for him here tonight.
Spetnagel to send it over again. Bossert, the set, Jones into the net, and showing off with her height, Abigail Watson making her way over.
Good read from Watson and Anderson to make sure Jones sees a block.
Bossert, the set. Jones will try again. Got a piece of the tape. Bossert keeps it alive. Here's Coulter on the attack. A diving dig by Puckett. Free ball Anderson. Bossert, the set. Jones from the back. Dug up by Batson. Near the net, kept alive. Here's Watson through the block and down. A 50-50 ball. Abigail Watson goes up and wins the battle for Unioto.
Yeah, Carson, that was really good. Batson had to take that first ball. I believe that was Spetnagel that got up there and was able to pop it way up and stay out of the net all at the same time. And then Watson swings away. That was well done.
Was that a substitution?
Yeah, they on the up there.
I saw that. I saw there were some Shermans kind of scrambling to get on and off the court, and so that'll give Adena a free point.
Now they're going to try to clean it up. Now they'll get it there. So again, that's what can happen sometimes when you're mixing and matching in those spots, particularly in the libero spots, where Puckett's passing for 2 different people.
We're going to have a stoppage and play real quick.
So what you want to do is ask for the lineup check to make sure as you start to scramble that everybody's on the same page.
What have you liked so far tonight? I know we talk about them a lot, but these Unioto hitters, Dennis, Watson, Grubbs, all having a very efficient night for the Shermans.
Well, by far the best I've seen them transition off the net. It's not even close. I mean, they've been really, really good in their effort going from defense to offense.
Courtney Sowers sends it away for Adena. Batson the set. Watson down the middle, dug up by Sowers. Francis the set. Dalton free ball. Batson sets one up. Libby Anderson puts it into the net. Warriors back within 1.
We've mentioned this rotation spot with Sowers back on the service line.
Sowers again, the serve clears the net, kept alive, free ball from Puckett. Just gets it over and into the antenna. Off the hit from Gabby Francis. Scramble on both sides results in a Sherman point.
Yeah, maybe not the way you draw it up, but you certainly take it.
I'll put Kepler at the service line for Unioto. Francis, the set, free, far side, the soft touch. Batson, the dig. Now Anderson, the free ball with 2 hands. Here's Coulter, far side, through the defense, and finding a spot in no man's land for the kill.
Yeah, nice little change of pace. Well done. You see the sub here. If you're confused on the Unioto thing that we're talking about there, Puckett can serve one time, so she serves for out of the Dennis Watson spot. Unioto does not have their two middle serves. That's why you see the other girl come in.
The serve from Adena goes long, gives a point right back to Unioto. Kara Spetnagel sends it away. Here's Francis, the jump set, Nia free, pushes it over, dug up by Puckett. Now bats in the set to Anderson. Anderson stuffed into the net. It's the second time now here recently we've seen Libby Anderson go up for the attack, just can't clear the net.
Yeah, just got to get a little bit more on the same page with what type of ball she wants from her setter there. Dennis going hard in the middle is going to hold the block for her more times than not.
Braylon Ratzlaff sends it away for Adena. Free ball Anderson. An overpass from Adena, dug up by Puckett. Free ball again from Anderson. Francis with one hand, dug up by Puckett again. Anderson near side, blocked. And Unioto got a piece of the net.
Yeah, they were saying there's no touch. That ball comes back to fourth hit, and Unioto losing its floor balance there a little bit, making it really easy for Adena defense to overload on that one side.
Ratzlaff to serve again. Batson, Spetnagel, free ball, tried to keep it alive, but it's blocked. Gabby Francis and JC Jones standing tall on the near side. Adena takes a 1-point lead and a Unioto timeout.
Yeah, great job by Jones. And again, the Adena defense kind of swallowing up a little bit. I'd like to see Unioto balance that floor back a little bit. They were getting a little bit sucked into the near side, and it made it really easy for the Adena middle to really kind of get involved no matter where the set went. Spread that thing up and down the net a little bit more and make that middle hitter have to choose. Then the setter play a Batson will get her hitter a one-on-one, maybe even an open net.
Seems like in the early stages of this set, Adena's been winning at the front line. And with these Unioto attack errors that have given them 3 points, Adena so far has made them pay.
Yeah, a lot of touches, a lot of blocks from Adena. Feel like their presence at the net has really started to pick up. Now let's see if Adena can respond here on the service line. They go back on top at 10-9.
Ratzlaff to send it away for the Warriors. Batson, the set, Dennis near side. Dennis can't connect. (11-9). Adena, Ratzlaff sets it up again and misses long.
Good break for Unioto there. Adena had scored 4 straight to go from down 9-7 to up 11-9. Service error brings it back to within 1 at 11-10. Now it's Unioto's turn to try to find something at the service line.
It'll be Libby Anderson to send it away for the Shermans. And Anderson misses long, right back. It goes to Adena. Unioto gets a point back on an Adena service error. And the Shermans gift it right back.
Carson, remember the other night in the middle of the match, both teams got really sloppy in the service game.
Batson the set. Dennis, far side block, kept alive by Jones. Now Jones on the attack. Jones, the soft touch for the kill.
Good awareness from Jones. She realized she didn't have a full approach. The big block was there. Presence of mind to gather and go up over top with a little bit of a tip.
Allie Bossard sends it away again, gets a piece of the net, and it takes an Adena bounce, a service ace for Allie Bossard.
Nice break there for Adena.
Bossard again. That's in the set. Dennis with 2 hands, dug up Ratzlaff. Bossard the set. JC Jones down the middle, blocked, kept alive, and it falls on Adena's side. Dennis uses her height to give Unioto a point back.
For Dennis, that's her third block of the evening. Go along with 8 kills.
Puckett the serve. Bossert the set. Here's Jones far side. Dug up Anderson. Nothing else from the Shermans.
Yeah, Adena threatening here to pull away right here. A little bit of a danger time for Unioto here in the third set.
There's Kimmy Dalton on the serve. Batson sets one up. Puckett free ball. Bossert the set. Jones. Puckett gets a piece of it. Adkins keeps it alive. Batson the free ball goes into the net. The effort from Adkins to keep that play alive, all for naught, as Adena wins the volley, and Unioto is going to burn a timeout. 16-11, Adena here in set number 3.
Yeah, what a great run for Adena here. And we talked about it the other night. Obviously, when the match tied 1-1, how important that third set is. And right here in the middle of it, Adena finds a little bit of a spark, catches a few breaks, but again, sometimes your breaks are created by how hard you're playing and how hard you try to create those opportunities, and that's what's happened here for the Lady Warriors.
If you're Unioto, things haven't necessarily gone your way this set. A lot of errors that have, you know, as we were talking about for Adena in that second set, now these self-inflicted wounds on Unioto's side put them in a little hole. How do they bounce back?
Well, they just got to respond right here in a hurry with one play at a time. You know, you were up 9-7. Now Adena on a 9-2 run. They go from up 2 to down 5. You can only get 1 point back at a time. You got to settle down right here in the moment and get a pass on target. You've lost a little bit of that momentum at the net, and a lot of it has come from floor balance and a little bit of a lack of aggressiveness on the attack.
Kimmy Dalton to serve out of the timeout. Dalton gets a piece of the net. No return from Unioto. A service ace for the senior Kimmy Dalton.
Yeah, tough start for Dalton at the service line earlier in the night. Gets an ace there. We highlighted it early statistically. She's one that can really roll them off in a hurry.
Dalton lines it up, sends it right back into the net.
And that's what she's kind of fought, you know, Carson, that risk reward. As I said earlier, if you weren't with us at the time, throughout her career around 88, 89%. So the percentage isn't great, but the risk reward's there because of the high ace total throughout her career, so you kind of live with it.
Batson the serve. Bossert tosses one up. Here's Jones down the middle, dug up by Batson. Now Puckett puts one near the net and out of bounds. Point goes to Adena.
Yeah, and that's what kind of happens is you start to feel it get away. You start to mix in some of those unforced errors, and that's where the run starts to really get away from you.
Batson, the set. Watson, the soft touch over, dug up by Bossert. Out Coulter on the far side, a little too long. It's a good effort by Coulter on the attack, just a little too much air under it.
Yeah, no question. Unioto running out of chances here. Spetnagel comes back in and serves in that grub spot.
Now Emma Spetnagel to serve. Bossert, the set, back to Coulter, lost it. Puckett, the bump. Anderson on the attack, blocked, kept alive, free ball, Bossert. Well, Batson the set. Here's Watson down the middle. Watson tried to fire into the back corner and just misses. No Adena touch. Adena trying to close out this third set and go up 2-1 in the match. Courtney Sowers sends it away. Batson the set. Spetnagel misses wide.
And again, you can see everything's about a half count off in terms of the setter-hitter combination, and it's just where Adena's got him out of rhythm a little bit. Give a lot of credit to the tough serving here of the Lady Warriors.
Batson will set it up again. Anderson through the block and down. Just what the doctor ordered for Unioto and for Libby Anderson.
Yeah, it's big for Anderson here because they're going to need her on the strong side as the night goes on.
Kelly Kepler, the server for the Shermans. Francis, the jump set. Coulter on the runner. Coulter, the soft touch for the kill. McKinley Coulter, the freshman, goes up strong and throws it down softly.
Yeah, good vision. Definitely had a hole there.
Now Coulter will serve, just clearing the net. And the overpass dumped down by Mia Free.
Made possible by hitting the spot. Starts with one freshman and Coulter on the serve. Ends with another rookie and Mia Free at the net.
Coulter will try again. And no return from Unioto. A service ace for the freshman. Adena just 2 points away from going up 2-1.
Be a big time run here for Adena Lady Mo. All on the side of the two-shade blue as they'll try to push two to go up 2-1 in the match.
Coulter once again. Received by Spetnagel. Bats in the set to Dennis. Dug up by J.C. Jones. Coulter off the free ball. Bats in the set. Dennis down the middle. Off the block. And Charlotte Dennis tools the block for a Unioto kill.
Yeah, nice job by Dennis going to her setter. Love when that middle gets right on top of the setter because then you can play with pace. Beat the block.
Kara Spetnagel sends it away. Francis, the set, two-hand touch free. Batson, the set, free ball Anderson. Now Francis again the set, free through the block, dug up by Batson. Now Puckett, the set, here's Anderson on the runner, Jones the dig. Francis, the set, Ramsey far side, dug up Anderson. Now here's Dennis down the middle, Jones another dig. Here's Ramsey on the jump, a little long.
Great defensive effort on both sides. Another long volley where the effort really, really good. Competition levels high.
Spetnagel again the serve. Sowers the serve reception. Ramsey on the attack, blocked, kept alive, and nothing else for Unioto. Evelyn Ramsey creates chaos for the Shermans. Set point awaits for Adena.
Coming back to that opening spot in the rotation with Ratzliff. Pretty good night for her on the service line to this point.
Ratzliff to serve. Batson, set, Anderson into the net. An attack error from Unioto closes out a third set win for the Adena Warriors. They take a 2-1 lead, and they'll look to win it in 4. 25-16, the Warriors take the third set. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Rathkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the Hometown Advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your Hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly, or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
SVC Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System. When it comes to your health, think Holzer first. A 2-1 lead for Adena after the Warriors pulled away to take the third set. Shayne, your thoughts on how Adena pushed forward and took a 9-point third set win over Unioto?
I thought they picked their effort up defensively at the net. I thought Unioto's attack really got balance and really got going there in the second set. I thought Adena had a better defensive presence at the net. A lot of blocks, a lot of touches, started to slow down the attack a little bit, maybe started to get the Unioto hitters to guess a little bit, maybe tip a little bit more. And then I also think because of that, Adena was able to come back on the attack a little bit. They also served tough. Didn't think Unioto was as clean in some of the passing games, so it brought Batson off the net. I thought a couple times they lost their floor balance, made them a little bit more predictable. And look, Adena can do that to you. So here they are up 2-1. Unioto responded after being down 1-0. Now they're going to have to respond one more time and see if, for the second time in 72 hours, you and I maybe have a 5-setter around the corner. But then again, maybe Adena goes ahead and finishes it all.
If you're Adena, who are you looking to help lead the rally here to close things out in the fourth set?
Well, I love Jones's presence there defensively to end in that last set. And obviously, that's where it starts. You know, I mentioned last year Carson playing with Burns. She got probably about 650 to 700 attacks, I'm guessing. And you know, Burns was probably double that. This year, look for her attempts to go way up, and then look for a lot of these young kids to try to spread the balance around. And so it all starts with Jones. When she's coming across that front row, you want your setter to be aware of that and keep feeding her and keep her involved.
An update around the SVC down in the township southeastern, taking the first 2 sets on Huntington. They lead the third set 18-14, looking to close out the sweep.
Yeah, a nice hitter there at Southeastern and Dunn. They've got an athletic group, defend pretty well. Certainly could be a sleeper, a dangerous team in the SVC.
Libby Anderson sends it away to start the fourth set. Here's J.C. Jones, far side blocked and kept alive. Francis tips it over with one hand, bats in the dump. Gabby Francis to set, J.C. Jones on the attack. Kept alive, overpass, received by Dalton. Now Ramsey going up, denied by Charlotte Dennis. Who else?
Outstanding, her fourth block of the evening, and I love even on the long volley how Dennis didn't lose her intensity. She continued to play every single second of the point.
Anderson to serve again, a little too long.
The service error is certainly going to be a factor. You get in these tight sets, some of the unforced errors can really swing momentum.
Allie Bossert to send it away. Battle at the net. 50-50 ball kept alive. Dalton, free ball, Bossert. Bats in the set. Dennis, a soft touch, dug up Carissa Jones. Ramsey, far side, Grubbs to dig. Bats in, dumps it over. Dalton to Ramsey again. Batson toss one up, Grubbs near side. Grubbs zaps it in there into the back row.
One of Grubbs' best approaches. Love how they went in the Dennis went in the middle, able to freeze the block. Great set, great decision from Batson.
Kylie Puckett the serve. Bossert sets one up. Jones through 2 blockers. Batson the set. Grubbs on the runner. Dug up Bossert. Free ball Ratzliff. Batson the set. Watson trying to fire to the right side. Just a little wide.
It was there. Right decision. Just got a little too perfect with it and it went wide on her.
We saw in that third set, Unioto trying to be a little too perfect on their attacks. It cost them a little bit. There's Watson on the runner with one hand. Bossert, the set, Carissa Jones. Lost one over, just catches the back line. Perfect placement on the loft attack from Carissa Jones.
Yeah, at the angle she created, she had a bunch of court to play with and she needed every inch of it. Finds that back corner.
Kimmy Dalton lining up her serve. Batson pushes it over with one hand. Bossert the serve. J.C. Jones down the middle, off the net, and just finds a spot on the near side.
Yeah, nice job for Jones. As I said there when you asked me going into the set, these rotations where your go-to's coming across the front, you're into the point of the match now where you want to really ride that hot hand.
Dalton serves it away again. Batson, the set, Watson on the runner, Watson connects.
Great timing, that's that slide action we refer to. If you're not familiar with that, got a little bit more room to play with when the 5-1 setter's in the front row. Watson, just almost like a right-handed layup in basketball, just goes and gets on the run there.
Kinsley Batson, the serve a little too long. Missing into that back row. Makes it 5-3 Adena. 2
of the 5 points already coming on Unioto service errors here in this set.
J.C. Jones, the serve for Adena, touched by Puckett, but nothing else. An ace for number 8, J.C. Jones.
Yeah, Jones at the net as a hitter now on the service line with the ace.
Batson sets one up, Grubbs far side, dug up by Jones in the back row. Bossert, the set, Coulter, the attack off the block, and down McKinley Coulter, the freshman, standing up to the challenge.
You like the youth of Adena, and you also like the energy they play with. You can tell they're not afraid of the moment at all. They're out there having a good old time.
And you have to wonder with the injuries to Peyton Leemaster and Kelsey Brown, you know, obviously not going to play doctor and say how long they're going to be out, but that could provide some valuable experience time for the freshmen in this Adena rotation.
Yeah, no question. Ready or not, here's the varsity level.
Meanwhile, Corey Grubbs answers right back with a kill from the far side. Unioto, if they want to stay alive in this fourth set, they're going to need a big-time effort from the hitters like Grubbs, Watson, and Dennis.
No question. Coming up on a huge stretch here. You can't let Adena get away from you.
Ali Bossert sets one up. J.C. Jones from the back, dug up by Batson. Puckett bumps it up, free ball Spetnagel, Jones to dig. Bossert, the set, Coulter tips it over, dug up by Batson again. Free ball Anderson, Anderson missing.
Adena, this is kind of a, you got to sense the opportunity here. The last thing you want to do is get in a race to 15. Carson, you and I have seen it together over the years. Anything can happen at that point. If you're Adena, you want to go ahead and put this thing away now.
Lily England, the sophomore, checks in for Unioto for the first time tonight. Meanwhile, Mia Free slams down the overpass. 5-point lead for the Warriors.
Well, and Sowers continues to impact as a server, even when it's not maybe statistically an ace. The tough serve creates the overpass, creates the opportunity for Free.
Spetnagel keeps it alive. Free ball, Kylie Puckett. Francis tried to slam it over with the left hand, but into the net it goes.
Good awareness from Watson, understanding the lefty, understanding that she's live there. Caught Francis maybe a little off guard, maybe a little further from the net than she originally thought she was.
Ketley Kepler on the serve for the Shermans. Coulter to Free, far side. Free misread it.
Carson, you and I watched Kepler the other night have 2 different spurts where she kind of got going at the service line.
Kepler again. Francis, the set, Free, far side, dug up Batson. Now here's England near side. Francis, the set, Free, down the middle, dug up Batson, set. Two-hand touch from Spetnagel. Francis, the set again. Coulter, far side, dug up Kepler. Now Dennis, the set to England. Overpass kept alive by Unioto. Batson, the set. Dennis down the middle, denied. Mia Free using her size in the middle.
She's able to power it down through the block.
They're going to say it landed
got
on
down
Adena's
inside.
side.
Yeah, got down inside. That's her 10th kill of the evening. Good, strong, powerful swing.
Kepler again to serve right back into the net.
Third service error for Unioto here in the final, or excuse me, the fourth set. And that makes the 3-point advantage for Adena at this point.
Coulter, the serve for the Warriors. Batson, the set to Dennis. Dennis, the soft touch.
Great set from Batson. Pushed the ball out in front. Good adjustment from Dennis to read it with her setter and find the hole.
10-8 Adena. Kara Spetnagel launches a serve. Francis the set. Mia free, far side. Overpass. Pushed over by Francis. Batson puts one up, and Unioto can't do anything with it.
Yeah, one of the few times tonight, a couple Unioto hitters got stuck there, not transitioning, and it clogged up some things. Puts Adena back up 3.
11-8 Warriors. Braylon Ratzliff at the service line. Ratzliff sends it over. Batson, the set near side. Dennis dug up by Dalton. Overpass. Dennis tried to push it back down, but Francis right there for the counterpunch.
Yeah, Francis is an impressive athlete. She's going to do a lot of neat things for them there on that opposite side with that live left-handed attack and her ability to get off the floor. She jumps pretty well.
There's Batson, the set again. Dennis near side, through the block and in.
Nice job there. Need her now more than ever, and Dennis delivers. Gets it back within 3, but Unioto kind of starting to get into a time where they can't afford to trade points. They're going to have to make a little bit of a run here.
Lily England, her first serve. Francis, the set, and a Unioto violation.
I think I saw a 2 go up there, meaning Grubbs in the net maybe.
But to your point, not what Unioto needed. Giving service right back to the Warriors. Bossert sends it away. And that'll go as an ace. Allie Bossert, the line drive, comes down for an ace, 14-9.
Yeah. Multiple Lady Warriors have played in some big volleyball matches throughout their career.
Here's Dennis on the attack, too much. Timeout, Unioto, 15-9 Adena here in the 4th. We'll quickly take it with the Shermans. You're watching SVC Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
Back here at Unioto High School, want to give a quick final around the SVC Southeastern, completing a sweep over Huntington to open up SVC play 25-23, 25-19, 25-21. The Panthers start SVC play 1-0. Shout out to Derek Webb of the Chillicothe Gazette for that update. Kinsley Batson sets one up to Grubbs, soft touch, Bossert to dig. There's Carissa Jones pushing it over, Puckett, the bump. Here's Grubbs, fires it into the net.
Yeah, Jones and Jones there putting up a nice double block, and it's all Warriors right now in the 4th set. Unioto doesn't seem to have an answer.
Bossert again, the serve. Batson, the set, far side to Dennis. Dennis pushing it over, slamming down the overpass before it's dug up by Ratzliff. Dalton, the free ball. Batson, the set. Dennis will try again. This time, Dennis slams it in there on the near side.
Yeah, great defensive effort from Ratzliff, but give Dennis a lot of credit. She just keeps firing away.
Kylie Puckett now to serve. Free ball, J.C. Jones dug up Adkins. Batson, the set. Grubbs going opposite way, too long. Point goes right back to Adena, 17-10.
Carson, what happens when you start to lose your confidence in the service line, not only the airs, but then you try to, toss it into the middle a little too much, and that allows Adena to get the perfect pass. So it is a tough risk-reward thing.
Lofty serve from Dalton, Unioto overpass. Jones on the attack. Jones fires it in there. Atkins the dig. Free ball Puckett. Bossert the serve. Jones down the middle. Atkins another dig. There's Grubbs, fires it over for a Unioto kill.
Nice job by Grubbs. How about Atkins on that rally there? Back-to-back big-time defensive plays from the senior. That was elite defensive effort. You could tell her teammates over there on the bench appreciate that.
Atkins wearing it like a champ. Unioto trying to rally. Here's Bossert the set. J.C. Jones a soft touch. Puckett the dig. A free ball, Kara Spetnagel. Dug up by Ratzliff, set by Bossert. Carissa Jones denied. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adena.
Nice job by Grubbs knowing where she's at. And sometimes you need a play like Atkins just delivered. You could feel it in her teammates. You could feel it in the crowd a little bit. Maybe it's something Unioto can respond to here.
Bossert sets one up. Coulter far side. Grubbs the dig. Batson set back to Grubbs. Dug up by Dalton. Now the dump from Bossert. Puckett bumps one up. Spetnagel at the net. Dalton another dig. And a 50-50 ball. No play. And it falls for a Unioto point.
Batson will continue to serve. Keep in mind, she goes across the back row. She has 3 hitters to choose from at the net.
Coach Laura Smith now burning a timeout. Her team's still ahead. 17-13, a little mini run here from Unioto.
Yeah, I like the early timeout. I think sometimes coaches have a tendency to maybe wait 17-15, 17-16. They kind of let the team back up off the mat. You didn't use the timeout 17-13. You're still in control of the set. And kind of make sure that your kids, especially a young group, catch their breath, understand what you're trying to do here on this next serve over and get on the attack.
I think you made a really good point. That play defensively from Avery Atkins before she was subbed out kind of gave Unioto a little extra sense of energy that they kind of lacked before they went on that mini run.
Yeah, no question. And sometimes that's what you need. You just need, whenever we say in sports, someone make a play, that's what we're talking about. Someone step up and do something a little out of the ordinary, kind of shoot some life into your team.
Batson serves one up. Bossert the set. J.C. Jones blocked. Free ball from Puckett. Bossert the set. Jones will try again. Soft touch over. Batson the dig. Spetnagel free ball. Dug up Ratzliff. Bossert sets one up. Jones will try again through the block. Grubbs the dig. Free ball again. Spetnagel. Dalton the dig this time. Jones will try again down the middle. Batson keeps it alive. Another free ball. Spetnagel. Bossert the set. Jones down the middle. Batson puts it on the ceiling. And when it comes down, Unioto has nothing after that.
Great rally back and forth. And Jones delivers out of the timeout. That's what Coach Smith was hoping for. Now back up 5.
J.C. Jones the serve. Batson the set. Here's Grubbs far side overpass. Dug up by Batson. Puckett the set. Spetnagel near side misses wide left.
Now with Jones back to the line, she's had a nice serving. Now it looks like we're on the Unioto timeout.
We will quickly take it with the Shermans. 19-13 Warriors here in the 4th set. You're watching SVC Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
4th set in this SVC opener. Adena looking to close it out against Unioto. They lead the fourth set, 19-13. What do you look for from Adena as they try to put this thing away?
Well, let's see if Jones stays aggressive on the serve. I think the ability to try to get Unioto out of system is allowing Adena to come back with a little bit of pace.
Batson sets one up. Grubbs, soft touch. Dalton can't get there in time.
Good choice from Grubbs. Pretty solid serve receive. And Grubbs was a good bit off the net, but the tip finds the hole. Kind of a now or never run opportunity for Unioto. They're going to have to go.
Emma Spetnagel, the freshman, back at the service line. And we're going to have a quick little stoppage here as Kinsley Batson will get taped up. And you couldn't see it from here, but you know, if you know what I'm talking about, the result of her effort in this game showing through her arm sleeve there on the left arm.
Yeah, no question about it. They'll usually give you a reasonable amount of time so you don't have to make the sub, and we'll see if seems to be all right.
I remember one time I was playing a basketball game against Miami Trace, and we go into a timeout. I was bleeding a little bit. Pat Beard told me in the timeout, don't let them see that blood. I can't sub you out. As Carissa Jones fires one into the net, gives Unioto a point right back.
Yeah, Jones has had some success on that opposite side. That time maybe just a little off with the timing, and Unioto back within 4.
Allie Bossard sets one up. J.C. Jones fires it over. Puckett the set. Lily England tried to go for the free ball. Got a piece of it, but couldn't hit it cleanly. 20-15. It's winning time now for Adena.
Yeah, and back to Sowers coming in to serve. This has been, looking down here at my sheet, this has been one of Adena's best rotations in some key moments.
Spetnagel sets one up. Watson, far side, a little long.
As the run goes, let's see if Sowers gets tougher in the serve. She can hit some pretty good spots.
Sowers again just clearing the net. Spetnagel puts one up for Watson, far side block, kept alive by Dalton. Incredible effort, and Gabby Francis puts a cap on that volley with the soft touch kill.
Yeah, what a great play from Dalton to keep the ball off the floor, and then the presence of mine, Francis, just goes up and plays it right in rhythm and kind of catches the Unioto back row off the arc.
Sowers the serve again. Spetnagel to Watson, far side, dug up by Francis. Sowers, the bump, free ball, Coulter. Now Batson the set. Watson down the middle, dug up by Sowers. It went all the way to the ceiling and came down like a rocket. Abigail Watson gets credit for the kill.
Yeah, unofficially her 9th of the evening.
I'll put Kepler at the service line for the Shermans. Dalton to Free. Dug up by Kepler. Batson, the set. Dennis down the middle. Dug up by Jones. Francis to Mia Free over the middle. Batson, the set. Spetnagel, the runner. And they're going to say Adena was in the net.
Back within 5 here, but Adena's just 3 points away. Unioto really needs a spark from the service line.
Kepler again, the serve, a little lofty and out of bounds. Adena 2 points away from a 1-0 start in SVC competition.
Big time gut check for Adena here tonight, playing through some adversity. 2 points away from starting the season in the SVC play, 1-0.
Coulter the serve. Overpass dumped down by Free, dug up Dennis. Now Batson the set. Spetnagel pushes it over, and Spetnagel cashes in.
Yeah, high IQ there from the rookie. Sees the spot there and pushes it right down the line.
Spetnagel will go to the service line after the kill. 23-18 Adena. Spetnagel, a line drive. Kept alive, free ball Ramsey. Puckett the dig, bats in the set, Dennis down the middle, Dalton with a nice dig. Ramsey, far side attack, England keeps it alive. Dennis down the middle, blocked. Free pushes it over, dug up, Spetnagel, bats in the set, Dennis will try again, and Dennis converts.
Great job with Dennis, just stick with it. We talked about Adena's defense can frustrate you. Sometimes not one, but two. That time, the third time, the charm for the kill.
Spetnagel, a lofty serve. Here's Free, the soft touch, dug up by Puckett. Batson, the set, England near side. And out of bounds. Match point awaits the Warriors, 24-19. We get some clarification here from Unioto. Adena crowd on its feet here inside Unioto High School. Coach Patterson still getting an explanation from the far side official.
Question there, maybe in the rotation. I didn't see the signal. The ball was in from what we could tell from up here, but didn't see the signal. I don't know if there's a question on was she attacking from the back. Yeah, I'm not sure. Puckett's going to come over and try to get the explanation, but looks like we're going to play on.
Braylon Ratzliff, the sophomore, on match point for the Warriors. Ratzliff launches. Batson sets one up. Dennis blocked. Kept alive, Francis. Francis pushed it over. Francis, the set. J.C. Jones fires down. A nice dig from Adkins. Overpass. Batson dumps it over. Kept alive, Sowers. Francis, the set to Jones. Point, set, match. Adena sets the tone in SVC play. They defeat Unioto in 4 sets. 25-21, 20-25, 25-16, 25-19. The Warriors improved to 2-0 and 1-0 in SVC play.
Just outstanding. You come in here with a plan and you go through a little adversity right at the last minute, and you got to try to plug and play, and that's what Adena did. You know, they just found a way. A lot of young kids stepping up and playing some great roles throughout the night for Coach Smith. And then when you needed to close the door right there, you go to your go-to, and Jones delivered. Just a terrific performance by the Lady Warriors.
Well, the Warriors scratch and fight their way to a 4-set win over the Unioto Shermans to start SVC play in the win column. We'll step aside, come back, and give our thoughts on this one. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm James.
We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news. Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
The fan-favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. Stacked with beer cheese, crispy onions, and a soft pretzel bun.
Nice buns, mate.
Boy, who fancy the song?
It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun.
She's a girl of age, Eddie, she's the boy.
The Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger, back for a limited time at Wendy's.
Back here at Unioto High School on this presentation of Ohio High School Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System. When it comes to your health, think Holzer first. Adena takes a 4-set victory over Unioto, 25-21, 20-25, 25-16, 25-19. The Warriors improve to 2-0 on the season, and most importantly, 1-0 in SVC play. Carson Francis and Shayne Combs back with you. Shayne, your thoughts on this hard-fought win in 4 sets for the Warriors here on the road?
You know, I wasn't sure what to expect coming into tonight. You know, you and I pride ourselves on trying to do our preparation and go for it, but like, you know, Adena didn't have a lot coming back from last year in terms of up front. They had a lot of, you know, some defensive players, some setters, some different things. Obviously, Jones at the net, and you weren't sure where some different things were going to come from. You know, you look at a Peyton Lee Master. She had 79 kills a year ago. The expectation was for her to step in and take a big role. In the first time out this year, Kelsey Brown, 10 kills in the 3 straight set win against South Webster. So Lee Master out. Then Kelsey Brown goes down in warm-ups tonight. That might even be on camera back at the beginning. You and I just happened to catch it right away, and you could tell it wasn't good. And you have to just plug and play immediately. So you're putting some young kids in there and some different things. Give a lot of credit to the leadership of some of those returners, the steadiness of a Courtney Sowers, the steadiness of a Kimmy Dalton, a steadiness of J.C. Jones, a steadiness of Allie Bossert, some kids that have been in those moments and have been on some big stages. Then you're able to plug and get some unbelievable performance. I thought Gabby Francis was outstanding tonight. Her versatility at the net with that left hand being live, what a great weapon that is. Ramsey and Coulter and Carissa Jones and Mia Free, young kids that have not been on the varsity stage, coming into this atmosphere and complimenting J.C. Jones, who ended up getting going and being well in the double figures with the kills. You know, that's just impressive to me. So you know there's certain things you're going to get, like great defense from a Kimmy Dalton. You know you're going to get steadiness from J.C. Jones. But some of those young kids stepping up tonight, what a big lift.
And how promising is it for Coach Smith and this Adena squad to know that you have a junior go down in warm-ups, you have a junior Peyton Lee Master who's hurt coming into the game, you got 3 freshmen who step up and rise to the occasion right away. That's got to be very promising to know that you have that in your back pocket for however long you need them and going forward in the future of your program.
Well, that's just the standard that's been set for, you know, almost, you know, about as long as I've been alive. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I've never, you know, I'm, 49 years old. I've been old enough to know what's going on in the SVC for about 40 years. I've never known anything different when it comes to SVC volleyball. There's a standard that's set at Adena, and everybody's chasing it, and you kind of see that on display tonight. Their efficiency, their defense, their effort, their ability to keep the ball off the floor. And what's scary about this team moving forward is in the first 2 matches, Carson, I wouldn't say by Adena standards that they've been real efficient. They made a ton of errors in the South Webster game. I thought it was a little cleaner tonight, but there's still going to be a lot of things on film that I'm sure Coach Smith and Coach Axon want to clean way up before they start to move forward in the season.
And speaking of moving forward in the season, Unioto has played a gauntlet of a schedule so far to start. They're back in action on Tuesday night at Paint Valley. Obviously, quick turnaround from Tuesday to Thursday. How do they rebound on Thursday night in Bainbridge?
Well, you said it. You know, Gallia Academy, South Webster, Logan Elm, Chillicothe, Adena. That is a gauntlet to get started, especially when you're trying to find some things in the rotation. I thought they found some things in the first 2 or 3 sets tonight. I really do. As the night went on, you know, they were trying to find some different things. They were making some changes or whatnot, and, you know, we'll see what comes from those things. But I thought throughout the first 2 to 3 sets was some of the best rhythm I've seen their offensive attack in. And that's against as good a defense as you're going to play against in Adena, so that's something to build on. But as you say, now you start to flip the schedule. It's going to be a Paint Valley. It's going to be Amanda, Southeastern Pike, and Portsmouth. It'll be interesting to see how Unioto responds. can they find some of this rhythm, a little bit more consistency before they get into the back half of the SVC play? Because losing here on your home court tonight, the way the Adena program is over the years, you don't have a lot of wiggle room, although Adena's going to turn right back around and be tested again this week.
Yes, because I have it down wrong on my sheet. That game Thursday is in Frankfort, but it's not an easy one by any means. They welcome the Zane Trace Pioneers into town for another SVC test.
Well, what a test for Zane Trace, because Zane Trace is a team all summer long that you and I had people in our ear telling us about. Every time SVC volleyball would come up, you'd hear a lot of good volleyball people say, "Look out for Zane Trace. They're going to be a lot better. They're going to be a factor." So this is a great opportunity for them early in the year to go out to Frankfurt and maybe get a young team coming off an emotional game tonight. Maybe they get them at the right time, and maybe they can go in there and play a really good first set, put some pressure on the Lady Warriors.
Well, one more time tonight, just a reminder of our coverage coming up Thursday night. John Bruce, Kenneth Hay, and myself will be down in Lucasville as Valley hosts Minford in a girls-boys soccer doubleheader. We are doing one stream for both games, so we will have one stream link. You'll have the girls game on at 5. We'll take a little break in between and then bring you the boys game at 7. John and I will have the call for the girls game at 5. Kenneth will take over for me on the boys game at 7. And then Friday night, our Kingston National Bank SVC game of the week under the Friday night lights at Savings Bank Stadium in Circleville. The Tigers hosting Westfall in a non-league matchup.
Statistically, really quick, sometimes I know people wonder about those at the end. Batson, right around 30 assists, dishing it out to a variety of people. Dennis leads the way, up around 15 kills, and then Grubbs and Watson just shy of double figures there. Batson was able to spread it out to about 4 or 5 different people throughout the night. A lot of different ladies. Shermans ended up seeing the floor, all contributing in some different ways. I thought you and I highlighted a couple different times. We always think Puckett does a good job defensively. I thought Avery Atkins really complimented her in the passing game tonight. Then over on the Adena side, I mentioned earlier, Jones up over double figures. But again, a lot of contribution, right around anywhere from 4 to 6 kills for the junior Evelyn Ramsey, the freshman McKinley Coulter, and then the freshman Carissa Jones, the freshman Mia Free, all spreading the wealth, and Francis and Bossert from the setter position, dishing that out. Obviously, Dalton and Sowers, outstanding leadership and defensive play. Great team effort for Adena tonight. But again, Unioto, a lot of contribution. They just got to withstand this early part of the schedule and see if they can come together.
Well, one final time from Unioto High School, it's the Adena Warriors fighting to a 4-set victory over Unioto to improve to 2-0 on the season and 1-0 in SVC play. From John Bruce on the camera and Shane Combs, I'm Carson Francis. We thank you for tuning in to tonight's presentation of Ohio High School Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.